Fox Football Live starts now.
Welcome to our season premiere of Fox West Texas's first high school football show, Fox Football Live.
We'll be your host all season long. I'm Tim O'Brien.
I'm Dax Gray, and we are coming to you live from San Angelo Stadium right here in the heart of Texas.
Looking at the season ahead, each Friday night we'll be live on location at a different stadium featuring Friday night's Game of the Week.
Well, you can't have a Game of the Week without your Fans of the Week.
To be nominated as our Fan of the Week, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is post a 10-second video of your school spirit or your crazy fandom on social media.
Don't forget to use the hashtag FoxWestTexasFan. That is the only way we can find you and put you on television. You guys at home can vote on your phones on which fan you like the best this week.
And fast forward 30 minutes to the end of the show, we'll announce the winner, and then that winner will compete at the end of the season for the Champions of Champions Championship.
Now let's get into where we're going to be for Game of the Week on Week 1.
Our Game of the Week for Week 1 will be La Mesa versus Lakeview.
So we will stay here, right here in this spot for the entire week. Just set up shop, shower, and eat right here in San Angelo Stadium.
You can shower here at the stadium if you want. I'm going to go home and do that. The Chiefs head coach Hector Guevara will try to start the season on a high note with a win in front of his hometown.
They are trying to run on their first playoff win last year since 2014. Could this be the year the Chiefs start to turn some heads? Jim Ned is that team that's right on the cusp of a team pushing deep into the playoffs this season.
And now there's some extra motivation from a past alum who is on the biggest stage for everyone to see.
If you were to walk through the Jim Ned football locker room, you would see a wall dedicated to Jim Ned Indian great and NFL quarterback Colt McCoy. His story from back in the day is still used as motivation to the present day.
As you know, a lot of kids, you think you can't make it coming from a 3A school, but Colt obviously showed that it doesn't matter if you've got the talent, you can get your name out there and go on to do great things just like he has.
From Jim Ned, Colt went on to be a college star at Texas, making his way to the pros, where he was just named starter for the Washington Redskins preseason game.
Somebody from a small school like here can go and do things that big. He worked hard enough, and so he was able to get it. I've talked to him a few times where he comes into town, he just talks about how hard you need to work and all the hours that you have to put in, so it's just it's good to talk to him about that.
Even Coach Matt Fanning thinks it's special that a hometown boy made good.
I think it's nice to be able to look within your own program and see a guy who's risen through the ranks like that, who's, when you talk about the opportunities that kids have to go play college ball or even further, we've got somebody locally who's actually done that, and he stays connected with the community, and we've got coaches on staff that coached him when he was here. So it's a real benefit.
Coach Fanning emphasizes a playoff run is a goal, but you have to live in the moment.
From one drill to the other, we're having a good time, we're cutting up, we can get real serious and things can get heated real quick, and then we're right back to the way we normally are, and we all kind of get along well. All of our coaches, most coaches that stay there, we're all big high school kids anyway, so we're not afraid to play around with them and have a good time.
We're coming to you live from the field here at San Angelo Stadium, where the Lakeview Chiefs call this place home. But there's another team in town that does as well.
They share this stadium with the San Angelo Central Bobcats. They've made the playoffs 9 years in a row. Can they make it a decade of winning? We sat down with head coach Brent Davis to talk about his 10th year at the helm of Bobcat football.
Coming off a solid spring, the Central Bobcats are looking forward to a new year and a new season to prove they are playoff contenders.
Our spring was fantastic. Gave our quarterback a lot more reps, and he was thrown into the fire last year, but had a great off season in spring, and so I think just him being able to get 18 practices as a more mature player is going to help a bunch.
Malachi Brown is the Bobcat QB1. Last year, just thrown in at mid-season, now is the go-to guy for Central. Last season, Brown broke the school's single-game rushing record, rushing for over 330 yards against Richland while playing quarterback.
He had a great game, and that was kind of when he kind of the light came on for him and things started to slow down, and you could tell he was getting more comfortable with the offense and running the offense and being the leader. And so that was really a turning point for him. Yeah, I think he's going to perform great. Like I said, he really improved. You know, he's always been a great runner, and he threw the short game well, but now his long ball's a lot better and more accurate, and he's becoming a leader and leading the football team in the direction that we want it to go. He's been here this summer almost every day, trying to be the guy that, you know, to take this football team to the next level. And I don't think his spring could have gone any better. You know, we're looking for really big things.
With a dual-threat quarterback, it spreads out the offense for more weapons to be crucial parts of the game. One part of the offense you should keep your eye on is the Bobcat backfield.
We moved a guy over there from defense, Ashton Hartsfield, that played linebacker for us last year, and we just feel like he's more of an offensive top player, and he's going to play running back. Chris Jackson's a kid off our JV that was you know, kind of a diamond in the rough, and he finally decided on his own that, hey, I'm going to be a player. You know, he started doing the things that you have to do to be a quality 6A football player, and really has turned the corner, and I think he's going to be good. And then we got Bobby Pena, who's a 2-year returning starter for us, and hurt himself in the spring game, but rehab's going really well, and hopefully we'll get him back before the season's over.
Bobcats are always looking forward to facing their arch rivals, and this season is no different.
One of our biggest rivals has always been Abilene, so it's the closest 6A proximity to us. Long-standing tradition of playing them, you know, goes back to the 1920s, and it's always a great ball game. It's always well attended. It's a big rival for us, so that one's always going to be one that you want to circle, and we got them at home this year, which is a good thing.
Home is where the heart is, and heart is always in San Angelo Stadium. And the fans that fill the stands are the bloodline to a successful season.
Anytime you can get, you know, I don't know what it is, 10 or 12,000 people in there consistently and wearing orange and yelling for the Angry Orange, and that's a big deal anywhere. When you get, that's a big home field advantage. And the last, say, I've been here 10 years, and probably the last 8 years, we've had that thing pretty full. And we've had over 20,000 in there, and we played Allen. And when we would play Permian in Abilene, people like that will fill it up. So it's a big home field advantage for us. And they're great fans. They're knowledgeable. They come, you know, early and stay late. And they know what's going on in the game.
Davis has made the playoffs every season except one in his 10-year career at Central. This season is looking to follow suit and possibly beyond.
I've been here 10 years, longest I've ever been anywhere. We got a great administration that allows us to do our job. We've got things kind of panned out now and running in the right direction, so it's a great place to be. And the people here in San Angelo love football. I mean, it's a West Texas town, and it's been that way for a long time. And it's just one of those deals where, you know, it's a great place to coach.
We have a lot more coming up on our preseason special of Fox Football Live.
Coming up later in the show, we'll have your first Fox Football Live rankings. Here in West Texas, we'll go division by division. You'll see what we think, and then you can see where your favorite team stands.
And brotherly love has a whole new meaning for six-man football team in Rochelle. We visit with the Hornets and see why this season will be the first for two of their coaches. More Fox Football Live coming up next.
Welcome back, everybody, to our Fox Football Live preseason special.
We head down to Rochelle to find two brothers trying to make the six-man program a winning tradition down there. And this is the first time they're doing it together. John Cherry was hired on as Rochelle football head coach. Then he immediately hired his younger brother Michael on his staff, making their mother very proud. Your mother liked you the best, right?
Probably not fair to say. I don't know that I was the favorite, so He was definitely one of the golden children. So
you know how older brothers are; they're always saying something about a younger brother. But no, I'd say we're pretty balanced. You know, we're both pretty successful in life. So
the brotherly duo is always looking to change the atmosphere into a meshing family built on competition, perfect for the Hornets football program.
I would say we competed in everything we did. Absolutely everything was a competition. We couldn't leave a room without something being a competition.
It was always, it didn't matter if it was basketball, baseball, football, whatever. Jump on a trampoline. Somehow we made it into a competition. So that's just, you know, that's how, I think that's how we're so competitive. It's just, that's how we've always been.
Again, it was just a way when we were growing up to compete and just play and just have fun.
Competition brought the brothers closer than ever, and it shows on the field.
When the coaches mesh, the kids see it, and they mesh. We've meshed well so far together. The community has been absolutely amazing.
The thing about competition is it makes you a better person, and that's kind of how we look at it. Is in every way in life, it makes you a better person, whether it's a husband, whether it's a dad, whatever it is. And that's something we strongly believe in, so we preach that.
That competition making them better people and also closer brothers, and now coaching together on Rochelle's football field.
When I got hired here, one of the first things I said was I have to get my brother here. Didn't know how I was going to make it happen. He's at a top program, 2 years removed from being in the state championship game.
First, I was hesitant. You know, me and John, we've always talked about working together at some point, but you know, I felt like I was right where I needed to be at the time. I thought, you know, the more we thought about it, talked about it with my wife, prayed about it, we knew that this was where we needed to be.
School instantly backed me. They said get him here as fast as possible, so we made it happen.
With both Sherry brothers at Rochelle, the Hornets program now needs to be rebuilt.
We want to build something, and I think as a coach, no matter who you are, at some point you want to build something, and you know you want to turn the program around. So that's ultimately what our goal is, and that's what we're looking forward to.
We're just having fun, and we say that every day to the guys. We're like, this is a game. At the end of the day, it's a game.
Now the Cherry brothers are hoping that their competitiveness and their family atmosphere will transition to the boys out here on Friday nights this fall. Coming to you from Rochelle, Texas, I'm Dax Gray, Fox West Texas Sports.
I'm Abilene High head football coach Mike Fuller, and you're watching Fox Football Live.
Aaron Roan has not been the head football coach at Abilene Cooper for very long.
He's a coach that has learned from his mistakes early on and now knows what it takes to make Abilene Cooper a team to be feared with.
14 years with the program and entering his second year as head coach, Aaron Roan wants the Abilene Cooper Cougars to grow into the potential he sees.
Just being better, you know, having a year under my belt, I've got a lot of room for improvement from last year to this year, and I need to be better. You know, I think the things that we do and have done since I've been here, we do things the right way, and I think that the schemes that we have and those types of things, we believe in those. So changing those things is not something that's, you know, that's been pressing or things that we need to do. It's just getting better at what we do, and I've got to get better at what I do.
The old saying goes, spring brings new growth. Roan believes the same with his football program.
I'm looking forward to seeing continue to see growth. You know, I think we've had a lot of growth throughout the spring, and I'm excited to get back on the field and see the progress that we've made over the summer, and continue to get better each and every day.
One leader on the offense is quarterback Aiden Thompson. His development within the Cougar offense is something Roan wants to see flourish, as well as the players around him.
I've seen him grow a lot. You know, he came in and then kind of got thrown in the mix as a sophomore last year, and you know, he's made tremendous strides, and the guys around him have made tremendous strides. You know, it's not a one-man show or one guy's got to do it all. I mean, that's what the beauty of the game of football. You know, it's everybody working together. But he's grown tremendously, understanding our offense, those types of things. You know, and taking charge. He's progressed tremendously. We want to manage the offense. We want to make sure that we're making sound decisions, and being a leader out there. You know, that's what I think that position entails, and it's been fun watching him continue to grow.
This season's upcoming schedule could make this team better as each week passes. Roan sees where this team needs to step up and against who.
And we want to get better each week through our non-district schedule. because you know, it's going to prepare us for our district game. You know, you always want to open up district with a win, and you know, that's something that you want to start district with some momentum, and that's what we're looking to do when we get into it. You know, at that point, but we've got a competitive district, a very tough district. And so we want to make sure that we're using each and every non-district game as a chance to prepare ourselves for the ones that really matter.
One of those non-district games is against crosstown rival Abilene High.
You know, it's a great environment, you know, that a lot of people, you know, a lot of teenagers don't have an opportunity to play in front of, you know, an environment like that and an atmosphere like that. So it's very unique for our kids to be able to play in something like that. It's fun to coach in. It's fun to be a part of the whole thing. You know, the whole week, you know, is something that is exciting. You know, but the way it is, when we're not in the district, we haven't been for a while. It's not a make or break like it has been in the past between the two schools when district titles have been on the line coming into that game. But it's a fun, competitive atmosphere against a great ball club that they're going to have this year, and you know, it's great for our kids to be in that, you know, that environment and that setting, and go out and compete.
Roan credits the fan base to push the team to their full potential throughout the entire season.
We love our fan base, the fans that we have and the energy that they bring. We're looking forward to getting them out in the stands and bringing that energy and helping us out any way we can. You know, the band, the cheer squads, the spirit groups. It's just it's fun to watch so many people get involved and come together in an atmosphere like that, especially when you have a home game at Shotwell Stadium. It's just very unique.
Roan's message to the fan base on what they can expect this season: a team that will turn heads.
We're gonna put a good product out on the field. You know, we're gonna put a product out there with guys that run around, that fly around, that play the game the way it's supposed to be played, that play hard for each other, and that get after it. You know, we want to bring our best every single day, every single game, every single play. We want to go out and perform our best, bring our best in everything that we do.
I'm Wallhawk football coach, Houston Guy, and you're watching Fox Football Live.
Fox Football Live coming at you right now with what you've been wanting to see all night long.
It's time now for the Fox Football Live rankings, West Texas high school football, division by division.
Now it's time for our preseason Fox Football Live district rankings. Starting off with the Class 1A District 13.
Coming in at number 5, Paint Rock.
Number 4, Bront.
Robert Lee at number 3.
Number 2, Very Best.
And number 1, Eden. Class 2, District 8, Division 2. Number 5, Menard.
Number 4, Rock Spring.
Number 3, Miles.
Number 2, Cristoval.
And number 1, El Dorado.
District 13, 3A. Coming in at number 4 is Brady.
Number 3, Comfort.
Number 2, Blanco.
And number 1, Sonora. District 4, 3A. Number 5, Grape Creek.
Number 4, Anson.
Number 3, Merkel.
Number 2, Ballinger.
And number 1, Cisco.
Now for District 3, 3A. Number 4, Clyde.
And number 3, Eastland.
Number 2, Jim Ned.
And number 1, Wall. District 3, 5A. Number 4, Abilene Wiley.
Number 3, Wichita Falls Ryder.
Number 2, Canyon Randall.
And number 1, Lubbock Cooper. Now for District 2, 5A. Lubbock Monterey comes in at number 4.
Number 3, Amarillo.
Number 2, Abilene Cooper.
And number 1, Lubbock Coronado.
And finally for District 3, 6A. Number 4, Fort Worth Holtom.
Number 3, Abilene High.
Number 2, Trinity.
And number 1, the Central Bobcats.
This is Coach Johnson from El Dorado, home of your El Dorado Eagles, and you are watching Fox Football Live. Talons up.
This past May, the town of Ballinger suffered a huge hit from an F3 tornado that ripped through the baseball field, football field, and surrounding areas of the high school.
The purpose of this season is much bigger than just winning football games. The team now and the town have to be reunited as one.
This past May, the small town of Ballinger was hit with an F3 tornado that ripped through the campus of Ballinger High School and nearby areas. The town went through one of the lowest points earlier this summer.
I think it's big when a community, after having the tornado, how everybody really pulled together, and we were blessed that nobody lost their life or got hurt real bad, and how everybody pulled together. And you look at it now, right where we're standing, right here is where that tornado came through. It came through that baseball field, right through that tire, through this part of the field, went through there and destroyed those houses. And we're sitting here practicing. It's just kind of, when you first came out, it's kind of eerie being out here knowing there's an F3 tornado went through. But
the Ballinger Bearcats football team has a new goal. Other than making the playoffs this season, their goal is to reunite their families, their community, and their town together on Friday nights.
A football team can bring a community together. And like you said, it was a low part. Everybody was blessed that nobody got hurt, but that's over with. It's going to be rebuilt. It's going to be fixed up, and we start playing well and people get behind us. It's going to be a neat deal for the community to all pull together and get behind the Bearcats.
Now, how do you reunite a community and the fans? You make them cheer. How do you make them cheer? By scoring points. Last season, throughout the regular season, the Bearcats scored 32 points or less only twice.
Well, yeah, we did score a lot of points, but I want the offensive line to get a lot of credit for that, and I think they're even going to be better this year. And the main thing is, there's on this team that we got guys that make a lot of touchdowns, rush for a lot of yards, but they're worried about their teammates. It's not, nobody's greedy about touching the ball, and I've been in places where that was a problem, and it's not a problem here, which is a good thing.
Coach Lipsy still feels there is a lot of work to be done to reunite the community and also make the team reach full potential.
Did finish good, and we got a lot of starters back and everything else, but we got to get better every practice. We got to get better through the scrimmages, and we want to be district champs. We want to play our butt off to do that, to go through a couple of teams in our district, and we want to make a deep run in playoffs. But at the same time, we got to take 1 week, 1 week at a time, and keep getting better and pull together and stay injury free. The winnings don't start bringing them out, and the community gets behind you. I think they're already behind us. We haven't even got started. We got a lot to prove. But if we can get rolling and get clicking, and get into and make a deep run in the playoffs, and win the state championships would be the best thing in the world. And it's going to take a lot of luck to do that. But it could be done. It's just something. Winning a state championship is something that nobody can take away from you. And that would be the icing on the cake to be what we've been through in Ballinger and keep getting better each week, make a deep run, and have a chance to play for that thing.
Well, that will do it for our first show of Fox Football Live, the preseason edition.
We'll come to you live each Friday, live on location from a different stadium. Find out when we're coming to your hometown.
That'll do it for us here at San Angelo Stadium for our game of the week next week, Lamesa versus Lakeview. I'm Dax Ray for my co-host Tim O'Brien. Fox Football Live. We out here.